Hello, my lovely friends. This is Tuesday, and I have a process video for you. Starting out, just kind of going straight into it. And here I am taking some of my scraps and some of my Wilna Furstenberg die cuts from her new class. And the first week was set up based on grids, and so you'll see me do several of those based on her grid designs. And so this is kind of my adaptation, but a lot of her classes and design work and stuff I try to kind of mimic when I'm taking her class. So you will see several layouts that are similar to hers if you're in the art and design class. Although, of course, there's different pictures and different backgrounds and that sort of thing. And I do have a tendency to go ahead and embellish a little bit more than she does. She's kind of cleaner and more simplistic in her embellishments than I am, but I am heavy-handed in my embellishments. And so I do kind of put my own twist on whatever I do from her class. But I would encourage you to take classes if you ever want inspiration or additional design work if you're ever feeling stagnant or anything, I definitely have my own style, but I absolutely adore Wilna's, and so anything I can learn from her and adapt from her into my layouts, then I'm going to do that, because there are very few designers out there that I just absolutely, she's unique, and I absolutely love her. So if you get a chance to check her out, I'm not going to, I watch YouTube videos, and I love people to share their design work with me and their adaptations and their personal style. But when I find someone that has a true natural talent, then I try to take from them what I can kind of play off of in mine, I guess is the best way to say it. But yeah, she's unique, so I appreciate that, and I would love to be able to make as pretty of designs as she does. But like I said, I'm heavy-handed in my embellishments, and so you can see that I do that here and do my own thing, but play off of her classwork. So this was week 1, as I said, and so I used the American Crafts white cardstock. She suggests watercolor in 140-pound weight, and that is fabulous, and I love it, and I have some, and I use it. But I find that the American Crafts cardstock in white, although it will warp a little bit, it cuts beautifully in the silhouette. The silhouette absolutely loves it. Silhouette does not care for watercolor very much. You have to do a very heavy cut and double cut it, which I double cut my American Crafts, but it's not a heavy cut. It's just 3 and 33 on my settings, and you have to go much heavier and thicker with the watercolor. And if you're just keeping it white, it's kind of a no-brainer to use the American Crafts, because it's going to cut cleaner, sharper, and it's just, it's beautiful. It's more white. It's cleaner as far as color-wise. I noticed that the watercolor has a little bit of a dingy tint to it. And so American Crafts cardstock is just beautiful and easy to peel up, and I love it. It doesn't dull your blade. I can use it over and over. And that's kind of my take on that. Now, if I was going to heavily watercolor these pieces, I would suggest the watercolor. So And I do a lot of my background work now with the American Crafts white, and so I like it. And by the way, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, Silhouette die cutting does not like Basil cardstock at all. If you're using Basil, you are going to have problems. So it's important to find one that works well with your Silhouette. I don't know what the difference is, how the blade is cut or how the paper's made or pressed or whatever, but it does make a difference. And here I'm taking her die cut that says Love Fiercely, and I'm putting a little watercolor to it and adding it, and it is from one of her old files that I mean every file she comes out with I download. And so you can see here I followed her grid pattern and backed it with various scraps in my stash, and then I just cut around the edges to make sure that it was clean. Punched out some butterflies from my stash as well with the Martha Stewart punch that I love, and also the scalloped edge punch from Martha Stewart. It's one of the all-around punches that you can put anywhere on the page. That's what the one I just glued down. And then some vellum from Pretty Little Studios, which has a hint of gold dots and vellum. So I'm just kind of this is where I take on my own interpretation. She pretty much stopped at the grid work, and I continue on with the embellishing. So you will see me continue to build on this, and I do end up using that quote I pulled off of Pinterest, and I cut it up into strips, and it ends up being part of the title for me. So it was pictures of Ashley and I in Mexico last year in September, and we were walking in part of the old part of the little town close to the hotel, and there was a monkey that you could get your picture taken with, and it was just the most adorable little monkey, and it loved the limelight and the pictures and the attention, and the guy kept feeding it some sort of little morsels of something, and it would do whatever he wanted. So that's pretty much what the pictures are based on. So it will go into my Mexico album from last year. I did ask Bradley to send me pictures of this last month when we went to Mexico, but it just wasn't the same. It wasn't as, there was no romance, of course. Bradley's just my friend, but there was, he's not very adventurous or anything. Brad just has his certain things he likes to do, and they're not really adventurous or romantic at all. And so we didn't really leave the hotel very much. He doesn't want to go do things, and Ashley and I are like, we're kind of the couple that goes out and wants to zip line and climb a mountain and rappel down a cenote and just live out loud. So I had a lot more adventures and a lot more fun with Ashley. Of course, the fact that we were madly in love certainly helped the situation. So lots of good times and lots of pictures that we took. So anyway, I'm finishing up with some Heidi Swap color shine in primrose and gold, and that does it. Here is the slow picture close-up so that you can see, and then there will be still pictures at the end. And I also have the information about my Pinterest and my Facebook. I would love, love, love for you to post on my Facebook. I'm trying to grow that page, and I would love more subbies I would love thumbs up. I mean, anything that you can give me, I will take and cherish and appreciate so much, because I want to be out there and I just want to share, and I don't know, I get so much out of the relationships on YouTube, and I feel like we're all scrap sisters, so I just think we should support each other. We're the little people, and I love to do that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the layout, and I hope you join me for the next one, and I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.